You type a domain name and hit enter, and before a single byte of that website can move, a completely different question has to be answered first. Where is it? Not the name, the address. The actual IP address of the actual machine. You've heard the answer 1,000 times. DNS is the phone book of the Internet. That sentence is hiding everything interesting. Because there is no phone book. No server on Earth has the full list. Nobody's in charge of it. And that 48 hours for DNS to propagate warning from your registrar? It describes something that does not happen. By the end of this video, you'll know how DNS actually works, and you'll never wait 48 hours again. Here's the core problem. The Internet routes traffic by IP addresses. Numbers. Routers don't know what Google.com means. They know where 142.250.72.14 lives. But humans are terrible at numbers and great at names. So we built a translation layer. Every connection your machine makes, every page load, every API call, every install command, starts by turning a name into a number. That translation happens billions of times a day, in milliseconds, with no central server anywhere. How do you look something up in a phone book that doesn't exist? DNS isn't a book. It's a tree of delegation. At the top sits the root. The root doesn't know where Google.com is. It knows one thing: who handles .com. Below the root sit the top-level domains: .com, .org, .dev. The .com servers don't know Google's IP address either. They know one thing: which name servers speak for Google.com. And at the bottom, the authoritative name server, the one machine that actually holds the answer. That's the entire trick. No single server knows the answer, but every server knows exactly who to ask next. 4 players run this show. Meet them. First, the stub resolver. It lives inside your operating system, and it's deliberately dumb. It knows how to ask one question: what's the IP for this name? And who to send it to. Second, the recursive resolver. This is your ISP's resolver, or a public one like 1.1.1.1 or 8.8.8.8. This is the workhorse. It does the actual walking. Third, the root servers. 13 names, run by 12 organizations, but hundreds of physical copies scattered across the planet, all answering to the same addresses. And fourth, the authoritative name servers. When you set a DNS record at your registrar, this is where it actually lands, the source of truth for your domain. Let's do one full lookup, completely cold. Nothing cached anywhere. You ask for example .com. Your stub resolver hands the question to the recursive resolver. The recursive resolver asks a root server, example.com? The root says, no idea, but here's who runs .com. The resolver asks the .com servers, example.com? .com says, no idea, but here are the name servers for example.com. The resolver asks those name servers, example.com? And the authoritative server finally answers 93.184.216.34. The answer flows back to your machine, and the real connection begins. 3 questions, 3 referrals, 1 answer. A few dozen milliseconds, end to end. Here's the thing, though. That full walk almost never happens. Because every DNS answer ships with a number attached. The TTL. Time to live. It says, You may remember this answer for this many seconds. And everything remembers. The recursive resolver caches the answer and serves it to thousands of other users. Your operating system caches it. Your browser caches it on top of that. Second lookup of example.com? 0 network hops. It's already sitting in memory, 3 layers deep. DNS isn't fast because the walk is fast. DNS is fast because the walk is rare. Which brings us to the myth. You change a DNS record. Your registrar says, allow up to 48 hours for the change to propagate across the internet. It sounds like your record is slowly spreading, server to server, around the world. Nothing is spreading. DNS pushes nothing. Ever. Your change lands on the authoritative server the moment you save it. Ask that server directly, and you get the new answer immediately. What you're actually waiting for is caches. Thousands of recursive resolvers around the world, still holding your old answer, each one refusing to re-ask until its TTL runs out. It's not propagation, it's expiration. And that means it's under your control. Migrating a server? Drop the record's TTL to 5 minutes. The day before, so the old, longer TTL has time to age out everywhere. Make the switch. Watch the world re-ask within 5 minutes. Then raise the TTL back up. That 48 hours just became 5 minutes because you understood the machine. One more layer. DNS doesn't just store IP addresses. It stores records, and there are a few types you'll actually meet. An A record maps a name to an IP version 4 address. Quad A, the same for IP version 6. A CNAME says, this name is an alias. Go look up that name instead. MX records say, send this domain's email over here. TXT records hold arbitrary text, mostly proofs. I own this domain, or these servers may send my mail. And NS records are the delegation glue, the go ask them instead pointers that build the entire tree you just watched the resolver walk. So what do you do with this? When DNS isn't working, stop guessing. Ask a specific server. Tools like Dig let you query the authoritative server directly. If it has the right answer, but your machine sees the wrong one, nothing is broken. A cache in the middle is just still counting down. Before any migration, lower the TTL first, a day early. After, raise it back. And when a change hasn't propagated, check which cache is lying to you. Browser, operating system, or resolver. One of them is holding a stale answer, and now you know each one has its own clock. 3 things to keep. 1. DNS is delegation, not a phone book. Nobody knows everything. Everybody knows who to ask next. 2. The speed comes from caching, and TTL is the contract that makes caching safe. 3. Propagation isn't a thing. It's expiration, and you set the timer. Next time a page loads, remember what just happened in the first few milliseconds. A question nobody could answer, resolved by a chain of servers that each knew one thing: who to ask next. And most of the time, none of them were asked at all. If this made DNS finally click, subscribe. There's a whole series of these. See you in the next one.